What's up, guys? I'm going to walk you through my Monday through Friday morning routine. As you can see, I am in no mood to talk here, so I'm going to do the first half of this as a voiceover. So I get up at 3 a.m. Yes, you heard that right. 3 a.m. I know it's crazy, but somehow it works for me. So I get up, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, and then, yes, my dogs, they started getting up at the same time as I did. So I just feed them right then. So I have to feed them outside because they are piglets and they will make a big mess all over my floors. Here's Tubi. So after I'm done feeding them, I sit on my couch and I do my journaling. So I use an app called Untold, and it gives you reflection prompts and you can kind of answer based on that. And it takes everything you said and then gives you some reflections. It's really cool. So I use that every morning. And then I put my headphones on and I listen to those prompts that it gave me as I do this next step. So I just made my bed. I always do that every morning. And then here I am cleaning. So each morning I pick a different task. So like Monday I did the kitchen, and then Tuesday I did the kids' bathrooms. Wednesday I did the upstairs bathroom and the game room. And here I am, this is our bathroom. Now I chose to do this on a day that my husband was not home because obviously I didn't want to wake him up. So I did this. He was at work today. I've found that this works really well in just kind of breaking up those tasks so that on the weekend I don't have to spend 2 hours cleaning the house. I'm able to kind of relax when I spend 20, 30 minutes each morning doing this. So in addition to picking one area of the house to clean, I also try to do one load of laundry. So on this day, I did our towels and then just whatever clothes we had left. So I put that in before I go for a walk so that it can wash while I'm on my walk. So I leave for my walk. It's about 4 a.m. Very dark, but very pretty, all of the lights. At this time of the year, I am on high alert for rattlesnakes because they are everywhere, though it's a little bit cold in the mornings right now. But on this particular morning, I did have a skunk encounter. Luckily, I was far enough away from it that it didn't get me. But this walk total is about 4.5 miles. The hill that we're on looks kind of like a lasso. So you like go up and then there's a loop. So I walk to the bottom and then I walk back up. I do the full loop, which is about 4.5 miles, and it takes me about an hour and a half. And during this time, I usually listen to a podcast, something that puts my mindset in a good place, like the Mindset Mentor or Your World Within are both really good. So here I am. I got just under 11,000 steps, 4.7 miles, 2 flights of stairs there. It's 5:35 a.m., 5:36 a.m., and I got 418 active calories burned, 64 activity hours, and 3 stand hours. At this time, I'm also going to go ahead and switch the laundry over. So I'll switch it over from the washer to the dryer here. And then I go upstairs and I get in the shower and I start getting ready for work. All right, guys, so it is just after 6 o'clock. I showered, got dressed, I'm finishing up getting ready. This is pretty much the only time of my day that I'm in one place for long enough to talk. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through how my routine got to this. So I did not always get up this early, and even though I've been doing it for a while, it's still never easy. Every morning when my alarm goes off, I still consider just sleeping in. But I don't. I get up because I know that there's true value in it. So I actually started my morning routine when I started bodybuilding. I started adding my workouts in here. But it started like 5 a.m. and it just progressively got earlier and earlier. And in the beginning, literally everything that I did in my morning routine had to do with like working out. I would spend hours doing cardio. I would do my full workout. I'd get it all done. But it's slowly changed throughout the years. Right now, especially since I can't do full workouts, my arm is still very much healing. I'm still dealing with a lot of bruising. I have very limited mobility. I can't really lift more than a couple pounds. So my workouts have been a little bit different. And now that my classes are very much self-sufficient, I spent the entire first semester really going over the exercises, teaching the muscles and all that good stuff. The students have created their own workout plans. And so at this point, I am able to kind of work out during class. Of course, I am in the middle of the room with all of them. I walk around, I check in, but I'm able to get my stuff in and set an example for them that even though you're injured, doesn't mean you have to stop moving. You can modify and make things work for you. So anyways, that's kind of how it got here. I kind of realized at some point that like all the stresses in my life were very much preventable, right? I was spending so much of my time. I'd go to work and all day I'd be thinking about the fact that like, when I get home, I have to get this done and this done and this done. And then this weekend, I got to get all the cleaning done and all these things. And so I've been able to find a routine that allows me to get all those necessities done without having to carry that around with me all day. Podcast that I was listening to this morning was talking about dreaming versus eating. Now, the dreaming, they were equating to like the essentials in life, right? The things that we have to do, even though they're not fun or exciting. Like we got to keep them going, cleaning house and doing being a parent and going to work, all that stuff. And then dreaming obviously is about dreaming. What do you want your life to be? This is where I am now, but where would I like it to be? And what do I need to do to get there? And he said, ideally you should be spending 20% of your time eating and 80% of it dreaming. But the majority of us do the opposite. So I know that 3 a.m. is a wild hour to get up at. I honestly have never met anybody that gets up this early, but it's really given me a way to, I don't want to say master because, I always still have areas to work on, but I've gotten really good at being able to manage that goal, the 20%. Okay, hang on. I can't do this while I'm talking. Okay. So anyways, I've gotten really good at being able to kind of get that balance of really being able to focus the majority of my time on dreaming. Now, obviously I get a lot of my stuff done in the mornings. And then when I'm at work, I spend a lot of my day at work. But, for me, my dreams are, about helping people achieve their fullest potential, right? And realizing that what your life is now is not what it has to be. So there's always room for growth. And my job gives me so many opportunities to work with that. So this routine has allowed me to really shift my focus from that 20%, right? The things that I have to do, to being able to focus on the things that I want to do that are helping me become the person that I want. Okay, so I am ready for work. It is 6:20 a.m. The sun is finally up, or coming up. So the kids, their alarms go off at 6:30. They get themselves ready. I do go check up on them and just see if they need help with anything. So their routine, basically, they get up in the morning, get themselves ready. They shower at night, so they just got to get up, brush their teeth, get dressed, clean up their hair a bit. Sometimes my son's hair is pretty wild, but and then they each do some kind of organizing in the mornings. It only takes a few minutes, so they just have like one bin or one drawer, whatever, a day that they go through. And it just, first of all, is helping them take some responsibility, and it gets, them something calm to work on in the morning, and it's taking a load off my plate, because if they weren't doing it, then I would have to. So it is important, I think, for them to be able to be self-sufficient in these things. So I have them working on that, and I am getting their bags and lunches, and then I will get my own as well. I'm gonna go load them in the car. All right, kids' stuff is loaded in the car, so I'm getting mine ready. I've got all my food here. I am filling up my water. So I have my pre-workout in the morning, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my creatine in here. I do a powdered creatine. So I'm gonna put that in here, and then I will drink this while I work out with my first class. Always make sure that the lid's on before you shake it, because I've definitely had some incidents where I don't have it on all the way, or like the top is popped and I spill it everywhere. So. And then we'll put this here. So my backpack, I have a wolf pack, so it's got like the food storage compartment. So I just stick mine, and I showed you guys this is the prep from the weekend. So I've got my eggs and potatoes in the morning, and then chicken and rice, and sweet potatoes, ground turkey breast, and mushrooms. And I have this, I had this left, the Tafa guacamole, so I'm just gonna, I have it in a bag so it doesn't make a mess, but bring that with me for the chicken and rice. And then we're gonna go load this in the car. That puts me at 6:26, so it's almost time for the kids to get up and me to go check on them. All right, so we got a few more minutes until the kids get up. There was a package on the front porch, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff away until they get up, and then I'm gonna head down there and check on them. We do a lot of these, like Annie's Organics for our kids' snacks, and I just do them on a subscribe and save through Amazon, because it's so much easier. I'm gonna put this stuff away real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, it is 6:30 exactly. I am heading downstairs to check on my kids. Hi, Emmy. All right, I just checked on my kids. One of the reasons that I like to do this in the morning, they're very self-sufficient. They can get themselves ready, but I like to check on them because it's a good way to kind of see their temperament in the morning. What kind of mood are they in? So that way, if I need to prepare for anything for the car ride, I can. So, if one of them wakes up in a bad mood, I can kind of have a plan as to what we need to do, or say to kind of get them, sorry, putting something away real quick, to kind of get them in a good place to be ready for school, because obviously we do not want to be starting our mornings in a bad mood. So this is actually one of the biggest reasons I started my kids on a routine, and honestly, it was one of the best things I could have ever done, is just get them on a solid routine, because it has helped so much with mornings, making everything run smooth and making sure that we get to school without everybody being all grumpy. Also, you guys, I started another load of lawn. This is my son's bedding. I just go ahead and I'll start it now. I'll switch it over in the afternoon when I get home and finish it up then. So I just try to take advantage of any time that I have. So it is now about 6:45. I leave my house at like 7:10 is when the kids, we have alarm set for them to leave their room, come upstairs at 7:10. So in the meantime, this is when I would, just take care of anything else. If I had, sometimes I might get my lunches together for tomorrow so that I don't have to do it when I get home. anything that I can save myself time on. Right now, I do need to film a couple videos for the macronutrient course that I put together. So I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of this time and record those. So here I am in my little playhouse turn studio. It's stuff is everywhere right now. But so yeah, this is my little studio. So I'm gonna record some videos. All right, it is 7:10. I was actually able to get, I think, all the videos that I needed to record. One child is upstairs, the other one should be here shortly, and we are going to take off to school. So we have it's about 15 minutes to get to the kids' school, and then I've got about another 25-minute drive ahead of me. So, but that's pretty much it. That's my morning routine. All right, it is 7:30. I just dropped my kids off, so I'm gonna head to work. So I usually listen to an audiobook during this time, but I need a new one. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I really like autobiographies or self-help type of stuff. So if you have any suggestions, send them my way. But anyways, I'm gonna head to work, and that's gonna be it for me today. So have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.